Hello guys. I know some of us might wonder what do the lyric actually means. And yes, some are familiar with this song as they watch the movie entitled also as Bohemian Rhapsody, which is released way back 2018. In my personal experience hearing this song, I was confused of what its genre actually is. I can define it as a love song, a sorrowful song, a rap song, maybe a ballad, a rap, and so much more. There are a lot of interpretation of the message the lyric tells us, but this one I am about to expose is based on how it is constructed as a storyteller. So as a whole, it was about how different Freddie Mercury's life could have been, and how much happier he might have been had he just been able to be himself the whole of his life. In the beginning, Mama just killed the man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. The claim is that the first verse represents Mercury killing his old image. Next is, I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 Figaro Magnifico. So, the song was just about the relationships with a bit of nonsense in the middle, just like Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. So, it's just a bit of nonsense. So, a Scaramouche is a roguish clown character in Italian commedia dell'arte plays, while Galileo refers to an Italian astronomer, engineer, and a physicist, Galileo Galilei, who is known as the father of modern science. Meanwhile, Figaro is the title character of the 18th century French play The Barber of Seville and subsequent operas by Mozart, Pacelli, and Rossini. So later in the verse, we have Bismillah, no, we will not let you go, let him go. Bismillah, no, we will not let you go, let him go. So, Mercury references Bismillah, which is an Arabic phrase meaning in the name of God. So, he closes out the verse by name dropping Beelzebub, who is the prince of demons in the New Testament of the Bible, in the Beelzebub was a devil put aside for me, for me. And at the end of the song, he is sentenced to death. And again, he goes back to his old way of thinking, saying, nothing really matters to me.
Good day, everyone. I am Pauline Denise Tomarong, and I will be sharing my insights about the song Bohemian Rhapsody by the band Queen. We already know that Bohemian Rhapsody has been popular worldwide, and it's the signature song of Queen. To start off with the fame or the popularity of the song, Bohemian Rhapsody has been released last October 31, 1975. Ever since its release date, it has been popular all over the world. And up until now, it's still popular, and it is played in different radio stations, MTVs, and now in digital music services like Spotify and YouTube. Even after Freddie Mercury's death, the song is still streamed by many people, especially the band's avid fans, and it has been loved by many people, including me. Second is the lyrics. The lyrics of the song was quite depressing, and it was really the complete opposite of the beat or of the genre of the song, which is hard rock. And it was very depressing because the lyrics was full of emotions, and it is very evident in the first few lines of the song. Third is the meaning. Well, the band Queen didn't explain, or even the songwriter, which was Freddie Mercury, never explained the true meaning of the song, but here are my takes of the meaning of the song. I think it talks about the life experiences of the man behind this song. When we say life experiences, those were the top ones since it's very depressing. The lyrics was really depressing. And I think also it could be about murder, death, and desperation. because there were parts in the lyrics that death of a loved one was tackled, and also I think it talks about the darker side of life, since the emotion of the whole song was really depressing and it's very sad. And I think those were the meaning, although it may not be the right or the correct meaning, but those are my takes. So to wrap things up, the song is really good. Bohemian Rhapsody is really good. That's why up until now, it's been many years since it was released, but still played and very loved by most of the people. Bohemian Rhapsody will never be forgotten because, as I've said, it's very catchy and it's very popular ever since. And also, lastly, the musical structure of the song is unique since the song has no chorus, and there were parts in the song that were sung in a cappella, and I think that is very unique since most of the songs are really accompanied by a an accompaniment or a minus one, and that's it.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. So Bohemian Rhapsody was written by Freddie Mercury for the band's 1975 album. Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen's album A Night at the Opera 1975 is considered one of the greatest rock songs of all time. Despite its tremendous commercial success and influence, it remains one of the most enigmatic, instructable songs in the history of rock. It's a 6-minute suite consisting several sections without a chorus, an intro, a ballad segment, an operatic passage, a hard rock part, and a reflective coda. So Bohemian Rhapsody is about a young man who was accidentally killed someone and, like Faust, sold his soul to the devil. So the Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen is one of the most strangest, inspired, and least understood songs in the history of rock. It manages to sound like a serious work of art, a moving lament, and a moment extreme silliness at the same time, which is part of the reason it's equally loved by young kids and old rockers alike, and jumps from power ballad to light opera to heavy opera to hard rock and back to power ballad again before ending. Nearly 6 minutes after it began on a decisive gong.
Bohemian Rhapsody rhythm is awarded. The beat weak is beat during the most part of the song. The count of the song is 2:4, 4:4, and 6:8. Time signature. Mix meter more than one time signature throughout the song. When it comes to tempo, it is speed up and suddenly complex rhythm. A good portion of Bohemian Rhapsody contains a parallel harmony, which is when the melody is harmonized. The instruments use acoustic piano, electric bass, drums, electric guitars, lead vocals, overdub vocals, and a Chinese gong.
Bohemian Rhapsody is a 6-minute composition consisting of 6 distinct sections without a chorus, an intro, a ballad segment, a guitar solo, an operatic passage, a hard rock part, and a reflective outro coda. When it comes to melody, Bohemian Rhapsody has a wave melodic shape because the pitch raises and lowers, frequently forming a wave shape. There is a clear more than one melody and they contrast with each other. The melody is not repeated, instead, they are varied. This song has a conjunct melody, What this means is that the melody moves stepwise from note to note. At certain parts, the notes do jump around a little more, but the melody is mostly conjunct. While the guitar has overdubs and doubled parts to give the song a thicker sound, it's the rich vocal harmonies that provide the sense of an epic and grand arrangement. The transitions are masterful and seamless, keeping the flow of the music through intelligent use of dynamic performance. For example, the ballad builds its intensity as it gets closer to the guitar solo. The guitar solo stops abruptly to introduce the opera, which is in keeping with the dynamic changes of that section. The rock section gradually winds down as it transitions into the peaceful and sparse outro, making the transitions flow musically from one section to another that it helped the sequence and continuity of the song.
I think that the message of the song was trying to tell us is that your worst enemy is yourself. Because from the intro of the song, it said that he knows what's real and not. But he is in the state of mind where reality is too harsh to accept. Actually, there are so many hidden meanings behind the lyrics of the song, and I must say that all of us can relate to this because we are all just human. We are emotional, and sometimes we can't control our emotions, and that will lead us to make actions that we will most probably regret after. Also, some parts of the song tackles about religion and beliefs, just like the Bismillah, which means in Arabic phrase is in the name of God, and Mamma Mia in Italian means good heavens, and so on. Maybe some parts of the song means he is being forced to live in, he is trapped to some beliefs, and for that he needs to get away from that trap. So I think that most teenagers can relate to this because we know that our parents are old and they sometimes forbidden us and limit our actions, like to do whatever we want because they want us to follow them the Makaluma style. And so what significant human experience is being conveyed in the song? I think that the human experience being conveyed in the song is that a person who is trying to fight his own thoughts and a person who is trying to figure out himself.
The song Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the most famous and well-known songs of all time, thanks to its unique style of sound as well as its lyrical genius. The man behind the song, Freddie Mercury, never explained the meaning behind the lyrics, but here is our take on the words that were the foundation of one of the most famous songs ever written. So there are many interpretations of the song, so I will break them down into two parts. First, we have from the intro all the way into verse 3. As we can see in the lyrics, as we can hear from the lyrics, we can hear a first-person perspective that narrates a murder scene. From being in denial of a crime all the way to getting caught in the act. The words here also indicate that the murderer was the mother and the one witnessing the murder was the son. And also in the last three parts, the narrator then questions oppression, and by the end of the song, the narrator comes to the realization that nothing in the world truly holds significance, and that realization brought him to his liberation. So by the end of the song, we can see that the lyrics say nothing really matters. As the group, we interpret this as like the person sees no significance in life, and that realization really liberated the person. So there are many interpretations of the lyrics, but since I don't have a lot of time, that's all I can give you po. So thank you.